ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل نفس ذائقة الموت ثم إلينا ترجعون. صدق الله العظيم. In this verse, Allah Ta'ala reminds us why we have come. So there is one, what we mentioned today in the Jummah Salah. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I am leaving behind two wives, two lecturers, two bayans. One is the talking bayan which we spoke about was Quran. And the second one is the silent bayan. That silent bayan is death. And many a time when people are enjoying themselves, then someone mentions death, then people say, don't speak about death. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Akthiru dhikra hadimil lazat. That the mention of death which breaks all pleasures, death, mention it a lot. Think about it, because that's where we're going. Every time you take out death from your mind, it's mentioned in the narrations, he who thinks about death over 20-25 times a day, he will be granted the death of a martyr. Allah will make him a shaheed. The reason is because what we came for, خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةِ. When Allah Ta'ala spoke about the purpose of man, we all know we live first, then we die. Allah Ta'ala says that Allah who created death and life. Ulama mentioned that Allah mentioned death first. Although life comes first, then death. To tell you that don't ever forget you're going to die. You came to die. That is why when the child was born, they gave adhan in the right ear, iqama in the left ear. Normally we know after adhan there's about 15 minutes. Then when the iqama takes place, it's time for salah. Everyone is standing. When janazah takes place, you will find no adhan in iqama, because it already happened. When the child was born, that adhan was given to tell the child, get ready. Iqama was given to tell the child that it can happen anytime. Which an alim said beautifully, that amazing is the visa of this life. Every other visa you get, they will write there, it expires or it's valid. You got a 6 months visa, a 4 month visa. On this day you must be out. You can plan your trip. But the visa of this life, the date wasn't put. But you were told from day one, be ready. It can happen anytime. And when it happens, everyone is like shocked. And that's what Islam never wanted. Islam never wanted someone to be shocked. Rather, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught Sahaba radiallahu anhum that if you got something in which you can make a wasiyat, one is, inheritance. When you pass away, your money, what you have, that's no longer yours. And there were certain ulama who were so strict in this issue that one person was on his deathbed. That time they never have lights like ours, they had that candle burning with the oil. So the alim who was at his side, when he saw that this man's sakarat is starting, he blew off the light. So the man's son told him that at such a time you put us in darkness. So he told someone, go to my house and bring another lamp. He said, because this man, when he will now pass away, on his death he owns nothing. Even this lamp that is burning now, it's burning because he is the owner. As soon as he will die, he is no longer the owner of it. And neither is the wife the owner. Now it's an inheritance issue. Now there are young boys in this house. Even if they give permission, there's no i'tibar, you don't give consideration to the permission. Now you must distribute everything, no one owns anymore. So that inheritance, that you don't have no right in. But then you owing someone money. Someone is owing you money. And everyone thinks, I won't die. So you tell the person, I'll pay you next week. But you don't write it down. What happens if you don't live till next week? So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu, that a man who got something where it has to be written down, wasiyah has to be made, he should not spend 2 nights also except that he writes it down. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu says, that night I took out my paper and I started writing. Where they own like how we own. We got so many things that are not recorded. There are so many things in our houses that we don't know who's the owner. Because when I die, so what? Someone will take it. But it doesn't work like that. Everything must be detailed. Who owns what? So that the right of a young child, nobody else takes it. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, a person passes away. Then the only thing that prevents his soul starting to enjoy the gardens of paradise. Because when you die, you enter into the mirror of Jannah. The only thing that prevents is that the inheritance is not sorted out. As long as it's not sorted out, that soul remains edgy. Edgy means it's always turning. It's always saying, can't they get it done? Where we know when someone passes away, it could take 5 years, 10 years. No one wants to sort it out because everyone loves money. So your inheritance, that has to go fast. But you have to write a wasiyah, I owe so and so money. And then you write a wasiyah from 1/3 of my wealth. I want to put it here, I want to put it there. You only got to write in 1/3. More than 1/3 is gone. And put your money somewhere. That what will go to your inheritors, 2/3. Give them a little bit more than 2/3. From that last 1/3 which you could make, don't make the whole third as sadaqah. Leave little bit for your family. So they will say, Daddy left something for us. The 2/3, they won't even thank you for it. That money that will come, they'll all fight for it. So write in your wasiyat, oh my sons, your father is asking you one thing, don't fight for this world. Because I also had lot, but when I went empty-handed. You will also have lot, you will also go empty-handed. It's not worth it. Zulqarnain, from the 4 people who owned the world, meaning wherever their eye fell on, Allah Ta'ala gave them rule over it. No one could stand up and fight against them. One was Sulaiman alayhi salam, one was Zulqarnain. And then there were 2 disbelievers. One was Namrud, one was Bukht Nasr. No one could match them in fighting. Whatever they eye fell on, they took over. But when Zulqarnain was going to die, he made his wasiyat. That keep my hands out of my coffin. Leave it like this. So that the whole world will see that the man who owned everything, he also went empty-handed. He was going to give a message, we're all going to go empty-handed. Even the coffin that you'll go with is not yours. They'll just put that coffin as a favor for you. When you enter the grave, it's a new world. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't forget that world. It's a silent lecturer, but a unique lecturer. When you forget the world, then tension comes, depression comes, war comes, fight comes. Which the poet said, Qadam su'e marqad, nazar su'e dunya. That your legs are walking to your grave, but your eyes are at your world behind. It says, Kidhar ja rahe ho, kidhar dekh rahe ho. That you're going in this direction, but you're driving like this. You're looking behind. One is you look in your mirror to see what's behind, you're still safe. One is you look complete behind. Majority of us, we don't have death in front. So what's leaving us, our eye is always on that. And suddenly death lands up in front and says, I'm not ready. Which my Honorable Sheikh says, the man went for a drive with his family on a Sunday afternoon. So as he was driving, he had his small car, and you can't have extra passengers. So you got your beautiful wife next to you, you got your 2 children, everyone is happy. We're going out finally with daddy. Daddy is very busy, but finally he found time. As they're driving, and this is this world. You'll ask the rich man, what you making so much money for? He say, for my family. You'll ask the family, does your father ever spend time with you? He say, he's too busy making money. So you're making money for the family, but you're never spending time with your family. You're making money because the love of wealth is deep. Just more. Which Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, that even if man has to get one whole valley of gold, he will say one more. He'll get a second valley. He'll still say one more. I'll retire soon. So many investments. Islam taught spend time with your family. Earn for your family and then spend time with them. Otherwise we earning. So our child is making dua that we must die fast so he can take all that money. Because we haven't got time for our children. It's a whole day working. When you come back, your wife, you don't have time for her. You're just in a mood now because you worked so hard. You say so much stress at the business. Things never go right. So you come home, you swear this one, you swear that one. And then you tell your child, just stay out of my way. I got my computer, I got more work to do. That work which was from 8 to 5, now went 8 to 12. Because the computer brought the whole work home. That child never sees a father. He wanted a friend in his life. You told him, go look for friends outside on the street. So then he'll go. A father must be a friend to his child. That your child wants to go out, you say, I'll take you out. Let's go. Let's go for a picnic. Let's go touring. It's expensive, it's cheap, wherever it is, but time is invaluable. There's no price for time. Which one boy finally told his father, Daddy, how much do you earn per hour? So that father got irritated because why must you get involved in financial matters? If I tell you how much I earn in an hour, then you start telling me, give me some money. So he shouted him. So after a while, the father felt a little bad, like why I shouted the boy. So he told him, I earn about 20 pounds per hour, whatever it is. So that boy went to his small purse, wallet, he took out 20 pounds. He said, Daddy, here for you. The father said, what's this? He said, I want to buy 1 hour of your time. We might laugh at it, but every child, he waits for a father. But when he can't find a father, he'll go look in the world for friends. And a friend will never be like a father, because they will use that child of yours. Whereas the father will make the child. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught love for children. That Sahabi radiallahu anhu was a villager. Villagers were hard. So he saw Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam kissing his grandson. His grandson was slightly of age now. He said, I got 10 children at home, I'll never kiss them. Because when you kiss them, you make them like a sissy. I want to make them like warriors. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that what must I do if Allah hasn't put love in your heart? My Islam has taught to love young children. We have been taught also to make them strong, but we have taught love, to hug them. Nabi also would be returning from battle. He would be the most important person in Medina Munawwara. He would be the general of the major army. He would be the imam of the masjid. He was the Nabi of Allah for the whole humanity. On the outskirts of Medina Munawwara, young boys would run. He wouldn't say, I haven't got time, I got to make major consultations. He would take that young boy, he put him on his back on the animal. One boy in the back, one boy in the front. It wasn't always his son and grandson. It was other children also. They had so much of love. And they felt so easy with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam because he was a friend to children. They would jump on, say, I want a ride. And he would put that young child at the back. He would put one child in the front. And like this he would enter Medina Munawwara. There must be that love. But that love will come when this world doesn't pull man. When the world starts pulling, you just become like an animal. Only make. Don't spend. What's my account now? What's my balance now? And as you're carrying on. So that man on his drive with his family, their first time now they're going on a picnic, how happy everyone is. Finally daddy took out time. And then when that little time came, free time, because with the computer you brought all your work home. Finally the wife said, lucky that computer is at home, but now you got the phone. With that phone your business will go with you. You will see the man having a meal while eating with you also. Pressing button. You got 5 minutes to eat with him, but he's more involved in his WhatsApp. Chuk. That wife at home, she got married, husband, tick. So you get this jinn, what you call it. It's a story, Lord stories. You get Aladdin and the lamp. You find a lamp and you rub the lamp, you got one jinn come out. So the jinn pitched up in front of one woman. He said, what you want? One wish. She said, I want to be such that whenever my husband's eyes open, he looks for me. Whenever his fingers move, it looks for me to grab. Whenever he turns around at night, he's worrying about me. Wherever he goes, he wants to take me. Whenever I'm not around, he feels an itch. He feels a little bit edgy. I want to be like that. So the jinn scratched his head for a while. And he said, can I make you into a BlackBerry? That phone. then you'll do that. Your husband will grab you, husband will touch you, teach, turn around this way. What's the message there? All the mind sucked. A man will never rest with that WhatsApp, no matter how much benefit it is. But you must have time for yourself and your family. In that time, your phone must go off also. Leave it. Computer must go off. Then you will see the world of Allah. Then you will see there's something called a beautiful sun. And not to take a picture with your phone. Hey, where's the phone again? Forget the phone. Look at the world. Have time to reflect. Think, where have I come? How many years? Where I'm going? See young children running around. He wants to go up the slide. Take him up the slide. Come down sliding with him. You're never too old to be young. Spend time. But come out of technology. Because when you fall into a trap, then that WhatsApp can become so severe that wherever you go, your wife is tagging you. Wherever your wife is, you tagging her. You'll never separate it. I hardly use that WhatsApp. When I went for Umrah, we put it on because someone said very cheap. So during that journey, I noticed that because of that WhatsApp, whatever we did every day, the people at home, my wife would contact them, tell them, this happened, this happened, this happened. So much happened, so much happened. So on the journey back from Umrah, I told my wife, you don't even have to go to your mother's house because they know better than me what happened. Everything. It wasn't like, you went and you meeting, Assalamu alaikum, how are you, I missed you. Nothing, we were together all day. All day, all night. And now with that picture, we alhamdulillah don't even allow that picture to come on the phone. Because otherwise there's no difference then. And when we are told stay away from pictures of living things, we back into it again. It's on our phone, it's on our computer, everywhere, picture. So slowly try to pull out. When you don't pull out, that wife sent a message to her husband, that honey, because you're never free. It's only tick, 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 tick. You're living in a world of zombie computer. So she sent a message, honey, he just happened at that time he was sitting in the toilet. Because when you got WhatsApp, even in the toilet, they'll never leave you. So in the toilet, he checked up, what's the message? So he was written there, honey, what you doing? So she wrote that, if you're enjoying a piece of cake, send me a slice. If you're having a cup of juice, keep for me a sup. If you're enjoying a lovely scene, then take a look for me also. So he wrote a message, busy in the toilet, please advise. There's not much to send you now. Whatever you want, I can get for you. What? This is this computer world. You'll never come out and web with caught. Now Rasulullah comes to teach man, you are created to die. You have to come out sometimes. You have to have time to reflect. In Islam it's called muraqabah. In muraqabah means you forget everyone. You just close your eyes for a while. Hazrat Maulana Farooq, Haji Farooq Sahib Rahimullah, a very great saint who would visit South Africa many a time, he would teach one muraqabah. He would say when you are sleeping at night, you change your clothing. So when you're changing your clothing, think that a day will come where others will change my clothing. Because that's what death is. Today you're taking it out, a day will come where others will take out your clothing. Then you put on your new clothing. That is why the adab of sleeping is the adab of death. Amongst the adab etiquettes of sleep, first is that you will put on new clothing, meaning clean clothing. When you die also, they're going to give you clean clothing. The second is when you die, they give you a ghusl. When you're going to sleep, you were taught that sleep with wudu, sleep pure. Which ulama would mention that man who got wudu and he sleeps, there will be times at night when his soul will make tawaf of the arsh of Almighty Allah also. Because he's pure. Sleep pure. Have a pure body. That's the second etiquette of sleep. But it must remind you, one day I'm going to die, others are going to do it for me. The third etiquette of death and sleep is that when a man dies, he must die with a clean heart. So that he can stand up in front of Almighty Allah and say, Oh Allah, I knew the narration of Al-Khalqu Iyalullah, that the entire creation is the household of Almighty Allah. فَأَحَبُّ الْخَلْقِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَحْسَنُهُمْ إِلَىٰ عِيَالِهِ. The most beloved of creation is the one who is most kind to the rest of the household. And how you kind to a household? That you don't have enmity for anyone. Now you stand up in front of Almighty Allah and you say, Oh Allah, when I heard that you love the whole creation, they're your family, they're your household. It's not real, it's like metaphor. They're all yours. So I kept my heart clean from all of them. I hate no one. When you sleep, die with a clean heart. You will be unique in front of Almighty Allah. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to that young Sahabi, sleep at night with a clean heart. If you can do that, you will be my companion in paradise. A clean heart. So when you're going to sleep, the adab, the etiquette is clean your heart. Make everyone maaf. Forgive everyone. Because if I die tonight, Allahu yatawaffal anfusa hina mawtiha. When a man sleeps, Allah Tabarakala holds the soul of people. Then Allah Tabarakala makes a decision. For some the soul is allowed to go back, and for some the soul is held. Death, sleep is the sister of death. It's your first level of experiencing what is death. Your soul lifts from your body. So before sleeping, think, maybe I won't see tomorrow. I don't want to stand up in front of Allah with a dirty heart. So there's a lot of things you can do. So one is when your clothing is coming out, when you're changing, think one day people will be changing me. And then when you're making wudu, think one day people will be giving me a ghusl. And then when you lie down, so there Haji Farooq Sahib Rahimullah would say, when you lie down and you're pulling that godro from top, think that one day they'll be putting the sheet over you. And then last muraqabah is before you sleep, picture that your soul is coming out. And you see it leaving your nose and going up. And look at it. Your wife might ask you what you're looking at the roof. So there's no paint there. Look at your soul going. And then you will see the world different. That you will see that fight that I did today wasn't worth it. Because when I die, that fight, it's not going to benefit me. I have to stand in front of my Allah tomorrow. That man will start becoming a man. He will come now straight. Every day he'll think of it. So that verse Allah Ta'ala says, Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. That remember every single person has to taste death. Thumma ilayna turja'un. When that death will be tasted, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَنُبَوِّئَنَّهُم مِّنَ الْجَنَّةِ غُرَفًا تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. For those people who lived pure and they died pure, then we have prepared for them mansions under which there are rivers flowing. نِعْمَ أَجْرُ الْعَامِلِينَ. Allah Ta'ala say, what a reward it will be for people who worked hard. الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. But to work hard, that's the hard part. That to remain straight in the world needs a lot of sabr. You have to learn to control the eye. You have to learn to control the ear. You have to learn to control your heart. Temptations will come. Desires will come. Shaitan will detect from all sides. People will pull from all sides. Which man will remain straight? It's a man who got sabr. So Allah Ta'ala will say, I have prepared paradise because of your sabr, O my servant. Sabr, and the second thing is, وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. Trust on your Allah. What is that trust? That you will see a lot of time haram come in front of you. Who doesn't want lot money? Everyone wants. To make money, one person told me, make one investment. Put some money here. So we looked at it for a while. We said that, you know what, it's not, everything is not according to Shariah. So that person became upset. He said, that's the problem with you Maulanas, you Sheikhs. That's why you're always poor in the world. That everywhere you've got a problem. You've got a problem here, you've got a problem there. You must invest, make money. So I said to him that day that, my friend, to make money is not hard. Maybe here in this country it's hard. In South Africa, to make money is very easy. You just take out 100 rand, you give someone, you tell him, go and hijack that truck for me. He'll hijack, he'll kill someone, the whole truck will end up in your backyard. Tomorrow you're a millionaire. To make money is not hard. But to make halal money, that is hard. And that's what we have been created for. But the only person who will do that is the man who got trust in his Allah. So Allah Ta'ala says the second ingredient, one is sabr, and the second is trust on your Allah. And whenever your trust is weakening, then think of the next verse of that ayat. Allah Ta'ala says, وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن دَابَّةٍ لَا تَحْمِلُ رِزْقَهَا اللَّهُ يَرْزُقُهَا وَإِيَّاكُمْ. That, oh my servants, remember that how many animals move in the world? Who provides for them? Allah Ta'ala says, I provide for them and I provide for you also. Not one of them you will see have died of hunger. There's a huge whale. When you went to the aquarium, they will show you that whale is so huge. Not one, there's how many in the ocean. Each one of them gets its food. It comes. They don't go looking like us. They just move in the waters. And when the time comes, then they will see that shoal there, they just move towards it. Do a little bit tricks and that food is there for it. It will eat. You take the job to feed one small area of the ocean, you'll never manage. Allah Ta'ala says, forget the ocean. On land, forget on land, in the small holes. You'll go to certain things, they will show you, look in the magnifying glass. There you will see something so small that is also getting its sustenance. Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, Oh Allah, what is the meaning of Dhul Jalali wal Ikram? That the one who is unique and mighty and the one who showers. So Allah Ta'ala said to Musa alayhi salam, your staff, hit it on a rock. He hit. Then he saw there was one small like worm, deep in the rock. Because what's in the centers of the earth, no one knows it. And Allah Ta'ala gave his eyesight that strength that he looked deep and he saw that worm small. And then he was given the chance to hear the zikr of that worm. That worm had some food in its mouth. And as it was eating on that food, it was making one zikr. It was saying, Subhanalladhi yarani. That glory be to that being who sees me in the crevices of the rock. وَيَرْزُقُنِي. And he sends me my sustenance in the rock also. You don't see any royal mail going there. You don't see any platters being delivered. Allah Ta'ala creates for everyone its sustenance. So Allah Ta'ala says, how many animals move on the land? Who survives? Who gives them? Allah says, I give them, I'll give you also. But your job is you must remain straight. The whole world will invite you towards a shaitani plot and plan. Every technology will enjoy. We haven't been told leave it. We have been told use it with caution. That don't fall in. When that insect is moving and it sees the trap of the spider, the web, then it still has to move past. But it moves with caution. We have been told in this world, don't go wild. Move with caution. It is called Sirat-e-Mustaqim. A straight road. Where Umar radiallahu anhu asked Ka'b Ahbar, what is the straight road? So he said, the straight road in this world is, have you ever seen a man walking in a tawny area? He got a long, like a kurta on, a jubba. Because of it being every chance there is that he can get stuck on one thorn and then it will pull. He says, as he walks, he looks to see this is not stuck. If it got stuck, he'll pull it slightly. Then he'll take another step. As he walks, his eye is around, where to put my leg, where to put my leg. He said, that man, if he walks in this world like that with caution, he will fly across full Sirat. Over the bridge, going over Jahannam into Jannah, he will fly. Because he practiced in this world where to walk. So this message that we will give today is this year, that don't be dead. Don't look at the world so much. So we mentioned that man who was driving with his family, going for the picnic. As he was driving, someone he saw taking a lift. Asking, can you give me a ride? So he stopped because the man was well dressed. So he lowered up his window to say, sorry sir, but you can see my car, my wife, 2 children, no more people allowed against British law. In South Africa, we'll still push someone in the boot. But in this country, they say, no, we can't. We'll get caught with a fine. So he told the person, I can't give you space in my life. In my car, where there's space for you? So the man said, okay, no problem, I'll get a lift with somebody else. But just to tell you, I'm Mr. Dollar. So he said, American dollar? That's you. Took out his hand, passed his wife, almost slapped her on the face. He said, nice to meet you, sir. He told his wife, I'm sure you can squeeze in with the children. There's always place for more. Because when American dollar comes in the life, now I can go for honeymoon again. I can go here for holiday. Mr. Dollar, sit down. How are you? Nice to see you. What are you doing in this part of the town? Lot of stories. He was talking to his wife. They just started a conversation. She's shut in the back. She wants to say something. He says, shut up. Just shut up. I'm doing business here. Busy was very important. As he's driving, he found place for Mr. Dollar. Why? Because for the world, we all got place. Push him somewhere. You got no time also. One more investment. Push it in also. Push it in. You tell the person, you read this kitab. I got no time. No time. You reading Quran. I tried to, but hey, where I find the time? No time for Quran. A new investment, suddenly your sleep goes. You say, talk. As he's driving, somebody else also well dressed. But he stops, he says, you know what, my friend? I can't give you a lift. You see, Mr. Dollar, because he's very important, VIP. I pushed my wife in the back. Now we are packed. He said, no problem. But just to tell you, I'm Mr. Pound. His eyes went big. He said, $1, you pound. And look at man. Normally you would have thought he'll tell American dollar, get lost. But he said, dollar, you don't go anywhere also. You jump in the back, wife and children will sit in the boot for a while. You also don't go. We keep you also. Money, no one lets anything go. He said, Mr. Pound, but you more important. As he's driving, now you will see someone with a shine. The clothes were not the best, but the face, beauty. He would stop and say, what a handsome figure, who are you? Because he thought if I got $1 and I almost missed it, then I got pound, there must be some currency higher also. So he'll ask, who are you? He'd say, I'm Islam. He said, oh, nice to meet you. What you doing here? He started shivering, perspiring. He said, Mr. Islam, I know I'm a Muslim, but that but has spoiled everyone. Which my Shaykh says, agar ne magar se shaadi ki. That agar, if he got married to but. Because we always say, if this one investment went right, then I'll go for Umrah. And then when it went right, you say, yeah, but something's happening at the house. So he said, agar ne magar se shaadi ki. If got married to but. So kya paida hua? Who got born? Kash ke. Kash ke means if only. Meaning when you're in front of Allah one day, you would say, if only I never said if. If only I never say but. But now it's too late. That agar and magar, if and but mustn't come. So he says, if. He said, if I can come visit you just now, Mr. Islam. He said, Mr. Islam, I'm dead over for you. Please make dua for me and my family. He says, Mr. Islam, I'm sure you're going to the masjid now, I'll come visit you. If it's Ramadan, I'll come bring food for the people making itikaf. I'll bring my sadaqah and zakat to the masjid. But please, you don't come visit me at home also. Because if Mr. Islam comes home, it's a problem for me. He'll tell me, my friend, is this your house? It doesn't look like a Muslim house. Islam will say, let's make some changes. You don't want to make changes. So you'll say, Mr. Islam, hands are less. You are my best friend, but no place in my life for you. I'll come visit you. You don't ever come visit me, please. So Islam is so independent. Islam, it doesn't beg. Islam will say, no problem, my friend, but remember that I am the only friend that the day all of these people will leave you and you will be lowered in the grave slowly. When you will look for a companion to come with you, I'll be the only one ready to come. Nobody else will come. No one. The most you will say, one king was dying, so he made his wasiyat, whoever spends one night with me in the grave, I'll give him half my kingdom. Because you're dying, you can give your whole kingdom also, you're dead. So they asked, who will go in the grave? Who's going to go in the grave? One man who got nothing, he said, I'd rather die, take a chance, go in the grave. It's a story, they say, can't have it real. So they made all the preparations that one night we'll put you, they put the sand, maybe they gave him oxygen tank, whatever it was. This is a story, not real, but this is something that to think about. So when he was there in the grave, he's waiting, so the two angels pitched up. Now they're saying, this doesn't look right. Normally there's only one customer, today we got two. One is dead, one is alive, but... So they say, who we start with? They say, start with the living one, because if he sees what we're doing with the dead, he'll run. So they ask him, what you doing here? He said, I don't know, I'm spending a night in the grave. They say, okay, we'll take your hisab kitab, we'll take your reckoning. He said, what do you earn? What do you own? Tell us about your life. He said, me, I own nothing, that's why I'm here in the grave. I got nothing. He said, everyone got something. He said, I got nothing, I just got my one axe. I cut log, I hit a log down, I go and sell it, I get some money, firewood. I got nothing. He said, an axe is made out of wood and made out of steel. Forget the steel for a while. Where did you get the wood from? He said, where I got the wood from? Anyway, I can't even, so many years. They said, wood comes from a tree. That tree, did it belong to someone or it never? Was it on someone's property or it wasn't on someone's property? Now he starts scratching his head. Where he can remember, they're telling him, think, as they're telling him, and he's getting more scared. It happened, it was now morning already. He already heard some sounds on top, they were opening up the grave. The man pulled him out, he said, welcome, hooray, Mubarak to you. Half the kingdom is yours. He said, my friend, it took me so long to give my hisab for one log. Where I'll account for half kingdom? You say you keep your kingdom. I haven't got time for this. So that won't happen. But there's a thing about hisab, which my honorable Shaykh says, remember, in halal there will be hisab. There will be reckoning for halal. In haram there will be adab. And what is haram, they won't ask you where you got it. It's just punishment. That world is coming. In halal, there will be hisab. In haram, there will be adab. Don't fall for it. So he told Mr. Islam that, you know what, I know you will be with me in the grave, but... So Islam said, no problem. He closed the window and he's carrying on. He saw one man. That man wasn't looking nice at all. Because he doesn't look nice, he tried to swerve, get out of the way. But that man was right in front of the car like a traffic officer. So he got upset. He said, can't you walk? You don't know where you're walking in the road. And as he was opening his door, that man was already at the door helping him to open. He said, what you doing? You're getting in my car. It's not South Africa, you just get in someone's car. In South Africa, they open your car. So they tell you, get out nicely, they jump in your car, take it away. So he said, what you doing? This is England. No one gets in my car. But that person will say, my friend, I go where others can never go. I enter into houses where there's no permission. I go past lines, past queues. No one can hold me back. I am your aeroplane to the next world. I am the angel of death. No one can stop me. Your pound won't help you. Your dollar won't help you. Your wife and children, what are they going to say in front of me? He says, I've come to give you a help. Pull out. Your car will stay here. Somebody else will drive it home. So the man will scream. He says, just give me 2 minutes. I just want to make a U-turn. Mr. Islam is just down the road. Because he told me when I'm in problem, the angel will say, no time for a U-turn. I take everyone. As he pulls him out of the car, what will happen? The wife at the back, she'll also scream that take the rubbish faster. Because of pound and dollar, he pushed me in his boot. Give him one boot, kick him out of this world. That's how when we die, many a time the wife does cry. She cries for keep her izzat. But when you really go to that house, they tell you that he was a monster in the house. We waited for him to die, now we're relieved. We're happy. We got his money, but we haven't got him. We never wanted him. How much he abused us. How much he swore at us. So in this world, don't become that monster. That when the time of death comes, everyone says, it's gone. Learn that we have been created to die. May Allah Ta'ala grant us understanding. We'll carry on tomorrow. Tonight I ask one thing when you're lying on the bed. If you get time to sleep, otherwise when the fast starts, when you lie on the bed, think of death. Think, when I die, oh Allah, how will I stand in front of you? Allah grant us understanding.